If you want to be able to make your site effective, I think it goes without saying that some points will be considered more so than others. What about the idea of Long Island web design, for example? I think that most would be able to agree with the idea of these features being useful if they have taken the time to make the most of them. However, how are they going to be able to aid a brand in ways that will be able to help them become all the more noticed? First of all, you want to make sure that you are able to utilize the correct fonts. But what does this entail, you may wonder? I think the most important point to consider is that the fonts, in general, have to be easy enough to read. You want to make sure that they aren't too intricate, since people may leave a site based on this point alone. For the sake of keeping a consistent design with your website, use something that is simpler but effective enough to get the point across. How about making the most out of the best colors in the way of Long Island web design? Firms like Fishbot know this point all too well, especially when there are certain colors which seem to work better for some brands than they will for others. This particular firm has plenty of blue put to use, for example, since it is the one that is most fitting. Since there are various brands with different mission statements, though keep the varied nature of this point in mind. I think that there is a lot of importance that goes into the idea of navigation, too. I am sure that most would be able to agree with this point, seeing as how there are many sites that seem to be perhaps too difficult to traverse through. Maybe the sites seem too busy from a visual standpoint, or maybe the links are simply too hidden for people to pick out from the onset. While taking up this level of design, make sure that the ease of use in navigation is kept in mind. I believe that these points are just a couple that can help you understand why Long Island web design is so important. To me, it is one of the finest that will be able to help a number of brands become that much more noticed. If you want to figure out more on the matter, make sure that you do research. There is so much to uncover about the work that these firms are responsible for, and I have to believe that design, in general, stands as one of the most vital